Standing on Shaky Ground. Very cool funk tune, and you're going to run into this song a lot at blues jams. Very popular. My name is Red. I'm here today, courtesy of TrueFire, to bring you an in-depth look at the song Standing on Shaky Ground. Okay, it's a great funk tune. It's a great dance tune, and it's a very common song in the blues world. So we're in the key of E. That is where I would say I don't think I've ever played this song in another key. Perhaps some people do, but it just seems everybody does it in E. It's a lick-based song, and the chord structure is, very minimal. It really just, all through it, it hangs on just that one chord primarily, and then there's a bridge. I've found conflicting versions, out there. The original Temptations version, I didn't hear the bridge in the song, in the version that I heard anyway. And I did listen to a couple versions. But in the Delbert McClinton version, which seems to be more popular anyway, there is the bridge where it goes to the 4 chord, and then from the 4 to a 5. But anyway, the lick. Let's start with that, okay? It's an E-based lick. We're playing E, then the octave, the D on the, I should be clear. E 6 string, E 4th string, D 4th string open, and then a C sharp on the A, and then back to the D on the 4th string. Okay, those are the notes. Now let's do it real slow so you can kind of get a feel for it. Now at tempo. Then it's also got, every couple of measures, it'll, usually bass players will go from to this. Okay, what I did there was just simply octaves on the 3rd and 5th string. Octave of a C sharp, a D to the E, or to the E flat, D sharp, and then it goes back to E, to the lick. Okay, now you don't have to always use that lick, especially if the bass player is already doing this lick. The guitar is following that lick, so you could fill it out more by doing some chords. Okay, I'm going to roll the track. I'm going to demonstrate the lick real quick, and then I'm going to move on to demonstrating some chord stuff that you could do. It's pretty basic. You're sticking on primarily one chord or one chord family anywhere. Well, one chord, E, different variations of that chord. But I'm using an E7 sharp 9 for the most part. Sometimes I'm using an E9, kind of switching back and forth, but then I use this other E9. And it's more about what you're doing with your right hand. A wah-wah pedal works great on a tune like this to really funk up that rhythm and to really, kick your leads too. Very often I'll use a wah-wah pedal. A lot of times I don't have one hooked up. A lot of times I like to go as minimal as possible when I'm doing blues stuff. But, sometimes I'll throw a wah. I always have a overdrive pedal. I use a Boss OD or SD one, I believe it is, but it's a Boss Super Overdrive. Great little pedal. Anyway, I'm going to roll the track. I'm going to demonstrate the lick, then some chordal stuff and rhythm. Same lick I just showed you. Okay, pretty basic. Now let's look at it. E7 sharp 9. You know that Hendrix chord they call it. E9. Some sliding 6. See, it's about the right hand. See what I'm doing? Little extra. Let me do that one more time. Okay, so you get the idea there. Here's the bridge. A7, B. Okay, so you get the idea there. Let me stop the track. Okay, so the lick, you know, I mean, that's a key thing to the song. You certainly, you know, want to, if you were starting this tune off, you know, if you were doing the intro, you would probably want to play that lick. If the bass player is starting it, he's going to do that lick, and then it's optional, whether you do the lick or the chord, or whether you combine them, do a little of each. You know, I was using an E7 sharp 9, and I was rotating that occasionally with an E9. Okay, so you see the difference, and I'm going to assume that you either know the chord, or you can jump on the web and find a chord diagram of this chord. But you know, I'll give you a quick rundown anyway, so you don't need a diagram. I'm muting the 6th string, the 5th string. I'm playing with my 2nd finger at the 7th fret. My 1st finger is on the 4th string at the 6th fret. My 3rd finger is on the 3rd string at the 7th fret. My pinky is on the 2nd string at the 8th fret, and I'm muting the 1st string. Here's those 4 notes. Okay, so, you know, now you got that chord. The next chord was this one here that I used just for a little spice on a corner there. And basically what I've got here is I'm muting the 6th and 5th string, the 4th string, 12th fret with my 3rd finger. The 3rd string with my 2nd finger at the 11th fret. My 1st string, or my 1st finger on the 2nd string at the 9th fret, and then my pinky on the 1st string at the 12th fret. Here's those 4 notes. You can also take your 1st finger and move it up 1 fret. Okay, and that's just a cool little thing you can use for spice right on the corners. Anyway, soloing, you know, it's pretty basic. I'm going to play in E minor pentatonic, pretty much for the most part. I'm going to add some passing tones, some chord tones. I may go major pentatonic, but it's going to be very minimal. More about minor pentatonic, passing tones, chord tones. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna run the track. I'm just gonna play a little bit and give you a few quick ideas. But again, it's, you're gonna create your licks out of the minor pentatonic. Use other notes to tie it all together. There was a major tone. Another major tone. So you get the idea, I was just kind of rambling along, just creating some licks. I think at one point, if maybe you noticed, but you're always influenced by things. And at one point, I did the kind of like the lick from Superstition. This song is very similar. It's got a similar rhythm. It's in the same key. Well, I think technically, a lot of times you'll end up doing Superstition in this key. But I think originally Superstition was in E flat. But regardless, it's two great songs that you can tie together. You can tie this. I mean, I've played in groups that have taken this song, Shaky Ground, Superstition, and Play That Funky Music, and tie them all together, as a medley. That's always cool. People like that, and it lets you, do a non-stop dance thing. You can go 10, 15 minutes and keep the dance floor, happening. So that's a cool thing. But anyway, back to my point. The lead, I was just playing minor pentatonic, a little bit of major tones, major pentatonic, or notes from the major scale, or from a major chord, rather. But dominantly minor pentatonic, some passing tones, to carry those tones together, or to put those tones together. So, as far as lead goes, minor pentatonic, create some licks, steal a few of mine if you want, but create your own. And I'm Red, courtesy of TrueFire. I will see you again soon with another song.